Saturday, a dynamic young star returns to his native England to face a punishing veteran. Till versus Masvidal. Saturday is UFC Fight Night on ESPN3.
They have been dealing wins, and another will move them closer to a tankard. A win will put you in the semi. A loss ends your stay. It's a rematch of last year's final. The 3-4 game is next. Well, that hint of spring continues here in western Manitoba. In Brandon, temperatures are just like below freezing again. Bright sunny skies all weekend long. Let's get you caught up in what happened last evening. Final draw of the championship round. Team Canada against Wildcard. Brad Gushue against Brendan Bottcher. And this is a preview of the game we're going to see today. The 3-4 page playoff. And in the seventh, Gushue has this. A draw for three, makes no mistake. And so the two-time defending champion picks up a win last night. Bottcher off the ice quickly, and now they'll hook up this afternoon. Interestingly enough, the other key game on the ice was Alberta against Northern Ontario, and we'll see them tonight in the 1-2 page playoff. In the 10th, they are tied, and Cooey on his game. He elevates it when the games become more important. Plays that quiet tap and roll, scores two more as he goes on to the win over Brad Jacobs. And as we say, they will meet in the 1-2 page playoff. Saskatchewan wins over BC, and Manitoba beats Ontario. So the four playoff teams, we knew them as of yesterday afternoon. Alberta, Northern Ontario, Team Canada, Wildcard. The other four were eliminated as of yesterday. So coming up now, it is Team Canada against Wildcard. That team, the winner, goes on to the semifinal. Tonight's winner gets that pass to the final, with the loser getting that second chance in the semifinal. As on this day, we say hello, Canada, and welcome back to Brandon. Cheryl Russ alongside. Boy, Team Wildcard, they couldn't shake hands fast enough and get off the ice last night. I was a little surprised.
No, I think you were surprised. I think Brendan's team was surprised, but it's been a long week, and it's not the physical fatigue that comes into play, it's more the mental fatigue. And that could actually play into which skip figures the ice out the fastest this week. And we've seen Brendan Bottcher struggle when the ice changes ever so slightly. But this Bottcher team, they came out of this 3-4 game last year, and they put themselves in enough big game positions that I don't think nerves will be a factor at all today.
Team Canada, two-time defending champions, but Gushue hasn't gotten a two-time kind of recognition.
Yeah, it's crazy. They're under the radar for sure. 9-2, hard to believe, but it's because of the Alberta that's 11-0, and Northern Ontario got out of the gate with 8 straight victories. Ironically, that's their two losses, both on angle raises, or Gushue could be 11-0. So they're right where they want to be. This 3-4 game isn't going to bother them because they're not used to it. They're used to pressure, and they're used to performing better than usual under pressure. 90% in their last 3 games. They're starting to use that extra gear.
So here we go. Final weekend. And coming up, it is the 3-4 page playoff. This is the Brier from Brandon.
Winning the Brier is a dream come true for us in 2017. It was pretty incredible. And then to follow up and do it again last year was an exciting experience. Really, there's not many days go by where I don't envision myself doing it again, and we're certainly going to see if we can do that this week.
Last year in the Brier final, he had a few over on us just in the experience column, and I'm not sure that would be the case this year anymore. He's a team I'd love to beat, and at the end of the week, if you're beating teams like that you're going to be in the hunt.
The 2019 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by Tim Hortons, official coffee of curling Canada. 2019 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by Pioneer Hybrid, serving Canadian farmers for over 70 years. By World Financial Group, helping Canadians have better financial futures. And by New Holland, #TogetherBlue.
It is the 3-4 page playoff. Team Canada against Team Wildcard. Time to meet the teams now. It is brought to you by Home Hardware. Here's how. Team Wildcard hailed from Edmonton and the Saville Community Sports Centre, skipped by 27-year-old Brendan Botcher, with Carrick Martin, Brad Thiessen, and Darren Moulding. The two-time defending Canadian champions from the Ballyhaley Golf and Country Club, the Remax Centre in St. John's. 38-year-old Brad Gougeau is a skip. Jeff Walker, Brett Galland, and Mark Nichols backed him up. Team Canada with a 9-2 record. Wildcard 8-3. That's a result of that last game last evening. So with the better record, Canada got choice of last rock. They've taken that, and they got their color as well, yellow. So they have the Hammer playing the Yellowstones. Wildcard will play the red. And to get us underway, this 3-4 page playoff from Brandon and the Tim Hortons Brier, this is Carrick Martin.
Line's good.
All for it. So these stones, interestingly enough, Team Canada had a choice of their color. They took yellow. They took 4 from sheet A and 4 from sheet C where they're playing. Interestingly, Wildcard also went to A and C, but they took red stones, 4 from red and 4 from C.
Gives you that level of confidence once you get to this, that you get to pick your rocks. You know, you've charted them all week. You know what ones you had the good game with or what the other teams had a great game with, and gives you just that extra level of comfort out there to start.
Let's take a look at the keys to the game, and we'll start with Team Wildcard.
Well, I think one of the things we talked about is the ice last night. It changed a bit. So ask the ice maker. That's one of the first things you do as a team when you get to a new venue, and they have an ice maker on the team, Darren Moulding. So talk to him. He'll be reading it and knows what's changing. And then believe your eyes. The 2 games that Wildcard lost were when the ice changed, and that caught Brendan by surprise, and it even caught the Brushers by surprise. So believe what you're seeing.
We're good.
Up and down the sheet here. Let's take a look now at the keys for Team Canada.
Well, one is forced Botcher early. The 2 losses, bad losses he had, he was really struggling with draw weight early in the game, and he just couldn't recover from it. So go after him right away. A 10% difference in draw weight between Gougeau and Brendan Botcher. That could be the difference here. And on the mark, I was there in the Olympics where Mark Nichols curled 98% in the gold medal final. That's the key here. He has to out-curl Darren Moulding.
Keys to the game are brought to you by Sponge Towels. Nothing absorbs like it. And we talked about Darren Moulding, and I brought that up. I said, you know, he's been an ice maker for 20 years in Alberta, in Lacombe, and in Bentley. And he said yesterday he picked up on the different pebble. He said that the ice maker, Jamie Barassa, had used a different pebbling head, and he knew right away.
Yeah, you know, and that's that is an advantage. That's what you have, you know, in your team arsenal, is to have Darren and his expertise out there.
Good throw. Very nice.
It was interesting because I don't know if I would even lay as much blame on Brendan missing a couple of those draws, but the Brushers really thought what came out of his hand was different than how it landed at the other end.
Right.
They, at one time, I think we heard them, we didn't do that game, but we heard them say, we thought it had lots.
Yeah.
For those 2 Brushers to misjudge that much and it came up short was, we haven't seen that.
No, and they're so good at judging.
Hard. Whoa. Hard.
Definitely slowed down a wee bit, enough to make a difference with all 4 sheets across the board last night. And I talked to Jamie Barassa about that. He felt it slowed down maybe 3 to 4 feet. And as he said it, the Brushers can make that difference, but only if they know it's 4 feet slower.
Clean.
Same weight.
Brad Thiessen.
Yep.
I think Brad's going to be the key. He can kind of relieve some pressure on Darren and on Brendan if he can run head-to-head with Brett Galland, who's just having another wonderful week out here.
And here he is, the former Canadian junior champion when he lived in PEI back in 2009.
Whoa. Go ahead, Mark.
No, you're fine.
Clean, clean.
Good.
So does last rock mean something? Well, if you're Darren Moulding, throwing now for Team Wildcard, maybe not so much. He really is, we've talked about this week, some thought that having the hammer doesn't mean as much in a 5-rock game, 5-rock rule game, but if you're Team Canada and Jeff Walker, who throws the lead stones, he says, we still like to have it.
I think that could switch if it was the other way around. If Team Canada didn't have the hammer, they might not think it meant as much.
Yeah, exactly.
You can kind of talk yourself into it. But I don't think 5-rock it means as much. I wouldn't know the exact numbers, but maybe it's 10% from the difference from 4-rock.
Less importance.
Yes.
Nice.
What amazes me with these 4 final teams, and we talked about the parity in the teams like Ontario and Manitoba, Quebec, all the teams that played well but not quite well enough. These 4 teams combined are 37-7, and the 7 losses, 6 of them are to each other.
Good job.
So let's remember now, it was a week ago Friday night they beat John Epping to play their way into the 16-team field. And yeah, I think the next day, Northern Ontario, Jacobs, ice was a little different. They got caught. And then they lost to Alberta. Then they lost to Team Canada last night in the final of the championship round. But if, Moulding says today, they're so even, these 4 teams. It really is a coin flip. In his estimation. Further, what Russ was saying, they come in here 2-time defending champions and they lose to Alberta and they just put together, rattle some wins. They lose to Northern Ontario and they win over Wildcard last night. 2 losses. And you're not on the tip of the tongue of those people who are saying who's the favorite here.
Exactly, and being in the 3-4, everybody's now looking at the 1-2 game because whoever loses the 1-2 gets that second chance. So, but 1 win here and you're in the semifinal and you're only 1 game away from the Brier final.
We talked about these teams being so close, and the difference is going to be in the little things, and we just saw a little thing that can be big. Mark Nichols rolled out on a hit, and you now give Brendan, who has been struggling, he's 10% lower than Brad Gushue in draw weight, an opportunity for an open draw, and he hit the pin with it.
That's the one thing that Team Canada and Gushue think that they can improve upon is rock positioning. Sometimes a rock will go a little too far. Now the offensive part of the game is lost. Now you're playing defensively, and according to Jeff Walker, they were on their heels in all their losses.
Right. It seems like this entire week, if the decision is to get there first, that would be what I'd lean to, because it's always the teams that are having to chase that's where you can create the errors. You apply the pressure first. The defensive style doesn't seem to be as much of an advantage in this 5-rock at all.
So final stone as we go up and down the sheet in this first 3-4 page playoff. And away it goes. So a blank on the board. Team Canada. And Brad Gushue will have the last rock when we come back to Brandon.
We were for sure regulars. I forgot something at school, so Mackenzie said, oh, I'll go in. When we came back, Mackenzie had taught everyone how to sign hot chocolate, and they understood. So it was really cool to see people being so open to learning it.
Our voice means more than other sports in North America.
TFC is about the fans. Everything emulates from them, good or bad.
What you see on camera when they pan the crowd, that's the very tip of the iceberg.
I feel like there's a magnet in the goal. Can't deny the fact that this is a football city.
The last championship, we'll get that CONCACAF Champions League.
Well, win the game, TFC.
Engraved on a Nation continues with the Northern Touch on TSN.
A blank in the first means that Team Canada will have the last rock. They have the hammer again playing the Yellowstones, and first to stone from the wild card lead. Tarek Martin came a little deep behind the tee line, back edge of the 4. Up goes the corner from Guju, and now second stone from Martin as he tries to cover his stone at the back edge. But it's those little things at this elite level that you sometimes will be punished for, that stone going that bit too far.
Well, it's something that Gushue doesn't have to deal with, really. You know, if you put that top 4 foot, then eventually he's going to have to. It's actually helping Gushue.
Does that look like enough? You're going to get some
rock placement will, I think by the 10th end, we're going to talk about if there's been any little errors, it will just be rock placement in one end, one shot.
Like this call going out in the wide side. We touched on it a couple days ago. The speed will be beautiful out here, and there should be more curl.
Whoa, whoa, it's heavy. Yeah. Line's close. Back eight. Yep, hard, hard, hard. Hard, Mark. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Brett.
Speaking of curl. Ooh.
It just warped off there.
Good weight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, Jeff. 13-7.
Yeah, I don't love the way they tick those. Those guards are staggered. You can tuck something in behind there and nothing to run
15.
back.
15-2 to T.
(15-2). Carrick just said to T-line. That's really quick.
Not bad.
You often find a single sheet, usually a bigger crowd on the final 2 days. It gets even faster than during the round robin.
Hard. 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 You got it, Hard. Go, 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 go. Hard. Hard.
They got it here to wrap it around.
Good sweep.
Oh, they did. They did get it around. Really good sweep. Moulding and Martin.
These two brushers are coming up all the time now as in conversation as two of the best brushers. It's technique, it's their fitness level.
Yep. Hard. Hard.
Craig Gallant.
Hard. Hard. You gotta go. Hard. 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 Hard.
Oh, and the drag.
Nice shot.
They just touch it off the back of the 4. Open it up.
Nice shot, Brett.
It's good.
I was asking Team Gushue, when's the last time you played in a 3-4? And they quickly said it was 2013 in Edmonton. Brett Gallant was actually throwing the 3rd stones. Adam Casey came onto the team to throw 2nd because Mark Nichols had gone to Manitoba
Jeff Stoughton.
to play with Jeff Stoughton.
Yep.
And it was Stoughton and Brad Jacobs in the final that year. And, of course, that was Jacobs' Brier win.
Yep. Yep.
That's good spot.
Great shot.
Taking a look at that corner guard here. want to hang around, and if that rolls out, I think Brad goes around the corner guard, and just by hanging around changes his call.
Yeah, it's a different position for Gushu's team. The last 3 years they came out of the 1 versus 2 game, and you get a couple chances in that game and a chance to settle in, and of course we know that worked well. So this is a sudden death elimination game for them.
Hard! Roll it, Jeff. Roll it. Roll it. Roll it. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh, look at that, hanging it on the edge and tucking a little piece underneath.
Really good audible. They wanted to roll the other way and get on top of that.
Tell them not the slider, not to be amping up the crowd.
Shot
It's only
rock.
10 thrower,
So it's good weight.
Always aware, the crowd getting into it.
That's pretty positive.
Make sure the communication level is up.
Tough to stay here, isn't it? You risk hitting it so thin you don't get the yellow one out.
Clean. Yep. Gotta go.
Hard! Hard!
Hard.
Hard! Go!
Hard. Right to it, right to it, right to it, right to it, right to it. Good sweep, Park. Very good.
Woo.
Wasn't a lot of weight out there, Russ.
Yeah, I think that was more the problem than line, wasn't it?
Just slid tight a little bit.
Okay.
Board?
I've been throwing that firm board nice. Heavy board.
Heavy board. Quite heavy.
Close to normal, not quite.
Whoa. Clean it.
Clean.
Clean it.
Clean.
Yep. Clean. Good throw, Mark.
Easy.
Did I throw easy last time? Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Wait,
Yep.
yep.
Hard.
Easy.
A hair solid.
Hard.
Hard. Go.
Hard.
Holding.
Solid easy.
Hard. Right to
Hard.
it. Right to it. Right to it. You gotta go. You gotta go. Hard.
Boy, it's taken off on them. Oh, and just held it enough to spill it and to the back edge and holding on.
That's kind of the same thing that Mark Nichols did last time with the out turn down going away.
Yeah. Yeah. Rolling Jeff anyway.
It feels like he's not getting out to the broom on either of those out turns.
Yeah. Remember, that's not Jeff's rock, right?
No, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah.
Speed will be great.
You don't want to give this guy a free shot at it like this. This could be right underneath cover.
A little heavy.
Well then, whoa, you got lots
Yeah,
of
there
room.
is that yellow stone you'll see just at the bottom of the Timmy's Cup as it comes into view.
Oh, it needs to be above the
Becky?
tee. No, no.
We freeze that, Brett?
We can. Yep, yep.
Yeah,
We're almost
maybe
there
they're coming
already.
back
Go,
now.
go,
There's
go,
that
there,
guard.
there. Stay down, stay down. Stay down for line.
And stay
Stay down for
down.
line. Stay down for line.
And they'll save it.
Good judge. I thought those A-Rocks might be a little slower.
Fast there.
Good judge.
Yeah, I thought you were back 8, back 12. I just...
Yeah, I know.
You heard Walker say, I thought those A-Rocks might be a little slower. That's the problem when you pick from different sheets. And in this case, let's pick on Mark Nichols. He might have a pair from A that he loves.
I think the line was
But
good.
do they match the ones the team has from C? You got to be really careful with that. Still puts a lot of pressure on Team Wildcard here.
Line's good. Whoa.
Yeah, you don't to your wild card. You don't have hammer. You're playing to the wings, and the corner guard is the other guys.
Back 8.
Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa.
This line right now.
Weight's good. We're
Clean.
frozen.
Yep.
Frozen.
Yep.
Frozen.
Just for line.
Yeah, line.
Yep.
Hard line.
Frozen.
Hard.
Can they freeze
Good,
it
good.
down to it and hold it enough? And they do. It's shot rock.
I don't know. I think they can get a bit of an angle. You might be able to save the yellow.
Yep. Give me a hair more. Yeah.
Freezing on 3/4 kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, extraordinary, really, when you think about Brad Gushu's 16th appearance now out of Well, Team Canada, of course, twice, Newfoundland and Labrador. Those silver medals and the number of games won, first all time. Remember that list, though? He does say, remember the list, the famous list he had on his bedroom wall of the things he wanted to accomplish? 3 in a row isn't on that list. It was never on that list. But he said it would be fun to add to it.
Knowing Brad, there's a new list. You see, he accomplished everything on the old one.
Line's good. Have to go a little. Forward depth. Line's good. Yep. Just behind T. Hard. Hard line.
Hard Here they go.
Gotta go line.
Grant and Walker.
I think we're biting T. Hard. Go,
oh, there's a big drag for them already.
Hard. Keep going. You gotta ski down, Brett.
Now you saw some stones that were a little quicker earlier. Oh, great brush to get it there. Shot stone.
That's how well those brushers know. You heard halfway down just behind T, and it's just behind T.
And Brad threw that lighter than Botcher did because that spot's warmed up.
Gotta go line. Hard. I think we're biting T. Hard.
There you go. Biting T. They knew that. Jeff Walker said biting T before the hog line. And guess what? They bit off the tee and stopped back edge of the 8.
I think that was real positive. It was just a nice throw. So, but that was
tough to get it out.
I like that. I did just play the freeze. We should be in the ballpark, eh?
I think so.
Okay, I'm good with that.
Okay.
Take the same ice?
Yeah, maybe, yeah. You could take a broom more. Same ice is fine.
The trick with this path now is you've had so all these rocks down it. So how quick is it getting? How much do you take off on your throw?
And if it ends up either in those 2 spots, Brad's got a really good shot at a deuce. Has to be almost perfect here. I thought they might just tick it sideways and try to sit 2, but that's equally as tough.
Same, yeah. That one, we didn't sweep that one much, did we?
Yeah, it was like
a little.
50%.
A decent amount. Okay.
I thought they carried Brad Gushu's a long way, so it's really getting quick here.
Line will be good. Line's good.
So now the pressure on Thiessen.
Close.
On the left, Martin on the right.
No.
Not a lick.
It's heavier.
Not a stroke yet.
Never.
Oh.
Watch this bounce now. Watch the bounce now. And bounce away he does.
Make it for 3.
Kind of like if I got room on the intern, I like it.
Normal?
No, I guess not.
That's the only miss you've occasionally been getting out of Brendan is just that draw weight. And I think it is exactly that. How many rocks have been down, and it's the ability to dial it back when you know.
We can't go into that though either, so.
And try and guess at what that weight is.
There with Hack, got to be close. Okay.
You would think, looking at this, though, Russ, that he could angle it back, make the double, the red double, and maybe hold his shooter.
He can definitely make the red double. It's whether he can hold the shooter.
Okay.
Yeah, it would be very tough actually because you'd almost have to throw the intern to do it to save the shooter. And they don't know that shot. They'd be very happy with 2 here.
Yeah.
So just get across the nose and push it back.
Looks like ice for sort of just through. Just give me a little less.
A little unlucky to be heavy for Botcher, but if it had been 4 inches lighter, the double would have been there.
That was heavy.
Weight's perfect.
Final stone.
Oh, to back.
Walker, Gallant liked it out of his hand. Oh boy.
Kicked.
And away it goes. And what it will be, a steal of 1. We could count on one hand the number of picks we have seen this week here in Brandon. And we see one now. And the result is a steal of 1.
Silage it. Sell it for grain. No matter your end use, corn is now one of Western Canada's most flexible, profitable crops. And Pioneer brand corn products are a grower's best choice, offering outstanding yield potential and early maturities that fit the West, including new early maturing corn with optimum Acre Max technology for above ground insect protection. Talk to your local Pioneer hybrid sales representative today and get growing.
World Financial Group has as its core values integrity, reliability, honesty, hard work, and service to others. Our more than 9,000 licensed Canadian associates stand by these principles each day. They ensure that as they help families take control of their money and make it work for them, they do it the right way, every time. Through the companies represented by WFG's affiliated licensed WFG associates offer families insurance, investment, and retirement products from many different well-known providers. This power of choice can make a world of difference. Build a future your family can count on. Contact a WFG associate today.
Well, he's still doing a little house cleaning as he makes his way down now to start the third. Brad Gushue goes from a possible quiet tap for two to seeing his stone pick, and a steal of one for Team Wildcard and Brendan Botcher. So here in the third, once again, it will be Team Canada that does have the last rock. They have the hammer, playing the Yellow Stones. Now you have to, as a sports psychologists say, park it.
You do, and this team works hard on the mental side of the game as well, and I don't think there'll be an issue doing so.
But, you know, the frustrating part too, Russ, is they set it up
tight,
so
guys.
well and around a corner. Kind of play we don't see a lot today.
Yeah, nice freeze, but Brad's first one and a slight error, enough of an error from Botcher to give Gushue a 2. So it really stings. It's not like the shot that Pick cost him a point. It was potentially 3 points.
There's not enough pebble out here. Any debris, it's just going to grab it. So,
Okay, Jeff.
So again, going back and looking, and oh, look at that. There you can see the scratch, and he's found it.
When it's that violent, it's usually a little bit of sand, a little one grain of sand or something.
Back four. Back four. Bumpy.
It's a shame to see that type of thing.
Back four.
Bumpy
in the hair.
Line's good.
Okay, lots of sand is used in Brandon because of the extreme cold temperatures.
Nice shot.
All the curlers and even anybody who's down at the ice has to walk over the fly paper, the sticky paper.
Yes, yeah, great
idea.
idea.
Bottom of their shoes, yeah.
What a great invention that was.
Kick was good. Just don't need to add now.
Flies don't like it, but it's good for them.
And if you're
line's good.
around 100 pounds, sometimes you just stay there for days. It's hard to get off of it.
It's taking my gripper off my shoe.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Wait only.
Pretty violent.
Line's good. Yep.
Gotta go a bit.
Line's good, guys. Walk it. Line's good. Stay down, Brett. Hart. Stay down. As long as you're not bouncing,
It's
you
there,
can
it's
stay
there.
down. Whoa.
It's there,
Can't bounce
yep.
with this line, though.
It's there.
Just cleaning it, guys. It's not heavy.
Good.
Good.
Perfect.
Are you surprised Wildcard went center guard with their first?
No, they're trying, the odd ends trying to force. They'll be trying very hard to force, so I'm not surprised at that at all.
All right.
And then Team Canada came around deep with Jeffs, and that opened the door a little bit for Wildcard to now set one on top. So the 4-foot circle's getting closed down pretty good for Team Canada.
Yep. Hard.
Brad Thiessen.
Whoa, heavy. Oh, it's good. Nice shot.
Oh boy, it just pushes that red back now that it's corner frozen on the shot rock.
Beautiful shot.
Let's do the same thing. Top 4 weight. Top 4.
It's quick here, eh?
Yeah.
Well, not lightning, but it's quick.
Speed looks nice.
I heard Brad say he thought the pebble was a little bit lower, a little bit flatter than normal, and that would cause a chance for picks more often. But in this case, it was obviously something very violent. To keep an eye on the pebble.
Yeah, because if it's lower, then it could get flatter quicker and the speed can come down, or most certainly the slide path can get slower.
Waiting tee. Yep. Hard! Roll the shooter. Okay.
Back 8.
Almost ticked.
Back 4.
Okay.
Yeah, back button, even.
Well,
back 8.
Don't like leaving it.
Probably just hit and roll.
Yeah, it's just a bad angle.
Like, could we just hit and roll under?
We could hit and roll out too, I guess.
Yeah, we could just rip it out. Yeah.
Just with hack?
Sure.
Just bump into it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice hack.
Yeah, I like that. It's actually a really good shot.
Just hack. Hack for rockets.
I think you'd like to hit this yellow rollover and loosen the yellow-red combination.
Yep. Give you a chance to get a run at those yellows, potentially.
Solid hack.
Hard.
Whoa.
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 Martin.
Whoa. It's good.
And we'll roll it inside.
The angles are helping Gushu more than anything. You could probably make that triple.
Stay down on this, Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy. Stay down, yep. Stay down, you're going
Brett
right over
Gallant.
it. Stay down. Good.
Interesting.
Good.
Stay
Shot.
down now. They've been bitten by the pick bug, so they'll keep their brushes down. Oh, there. Coach for Team Canada is Jules Oucher. Being acknowledged by the crowd here at Westova Place. And between the ends, Jules was honored and given his award as the newest inductee into the Canadian Curling Hall of Fame. And Kevin Martin there, of course, won 4 Briers and the Olympic gold while working with Kevin, and of course back-to-back Briers now with Gushu.
Really gotta go.
So well deserved.
Hard.
That, I did not think he got that by.
That wasn't the plan. I think they're trying to get their own there.
Huh.
We'll take it.
Yeah, another break, eh? They were trying to hit their own red one and release the yellow. They somehow got that buried yellow.
And spilled them back. Back 8, back 12. The thing about Jules Oucher is his knowledge of stones. And, you know, he also ran the curling program at NAIT, the Northern Alberta Institute of Technology. But his knowledge of stones has been an advantage to every team he's worked with. And they'll kill one at the back, roll that shooter over. So they are second and third shot, Team Canada with last rock.
Great double
Not
to
doing a
leave
lot there.
themselves second and
Pretty
third, but
straight.
unfortunately for Team Canada, there's
Yeah,
a
he said
double
whoa.
back.
Whoa. Pretty solid.
Firm. Firm.
Whoa.
Close.
Clean. Whoa.
Close.
Clean.
Firm.
Yeah. Yep.
Whoa.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Clean.
Got them both.
Very nice.
Sorry, bud. Yep.
Just there. Nice and hard.
Nice shot.
Brad.
It's a good throw by Darren because I feel so far in this game he struggled a little bit with his alignment. Yeah, you're starting to get it now. Even that last one, you had to thank
Oh, my goodness.
Thiessen for that, for saving that one.
How many rocks did they save in the course of a year?
Well, I mean, those brushers and any good brushers are putting at least a couple points on the board.
Yep. Whoa.
Just by their brushing ability.
Yep. Whoa. Whoa.
Mark Nichols looking for the hit in the rollover. And rolled over, and there it is. And we'll punch it back to the back edge of the 8th.
Okay. Good throw.
One of the first curlers ever to keep his lower body still and low on the way back, and he transfers his weight back behind the hack and just comes out like it's a slingshot. And he's always had effortless power. Any thinner, he gets that double.
If anything, if we could just spin it Kark's way half a rock, it'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really can't roll to the right as we're looking at it, or the double's pretty easy. So they're going to try and roll a little bit to the left, and that makes it steep and a tougher, much tougher double.
Clean.
Clean.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Easy.
Clean.
Clean.
Solid easy.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Solid easy.
Clean.
Whoa.
Clean.
Clean, yeah.
Clean.
Yeah.
Little roll
Hard.
up. Little roll up.
Hard.
Good. Okay.
Shot.
That's fine. That's trouble.
Shot.
You just hacked.
Good.
That's probably the intern. I don't want to go over that spot again. I'm a little gun shy. There?
Yeah. Just try to hit a...
See,
thick
Brett
half, we
Gallant
close, I
is
think.
cleaning that path still.
For a bit there.
Me too. Yeah, I thought hogline in it really curled.
Over here in the area, in front of it.
A little bit more curl on that intern side. Darren got away with it, and they're just talking about it now with Brendan's curled a hair more than they thought.
Looks like a lot.
We've always felt all week,
it's gonna
Cheryl,
be
that
close, eh?
this sheet slopes towards D a little wee bit.
Mm-hmm.
Soft weight, Brad's very good at picking the right speed for these. Roll on top of that red one.
Hard less.
Easy hack.
Hard.
Yep.
Called on right away, and Jeff Walker wasted no time. And now joined by Gallant.
Hard. Hard. Hard.
Nichols on the line call. Would love to roll it over now to that stone back edge of the 8 if they can. Now try to roll it over there, and it'll just sit right
good.
there.
You didn't sweep it the whole way. A little soft.
It was good.
Just release.
Yeah, it was a little quiet though. Like we swept it away.
If we rolled Brad's way just a little,
Again, half a row.
but
Yeah.
easy.
Where we want
Yeah, I wanted about 4 feet more weight. Then we would have had a chance. Just a little soft on the weight.
Well, both the front end and Gouge on the same page. I think because Brett Gallant said it was just his release. It was just a little soft.
Yep, right out of his hand.
Just easy.
Easy.
Clean.
So they saw the same thing.
Whoa.
Clean.
Clean.
Clean. Clean.
Whoa. A little bit, yeah. You're good.
Good shot.
Good shot.
Yeah. We do the same thing.
Okay.
Hack weight.
Said hack weight.
Brad felt he had just a little inward motion on his release, which allowed that last one to curl a hair
Give
too
that
far.
rock a nice cleaning.
Yep.
Not in third end.
Is that hair last, Mark?
It's good.
Gotta love Brendan Botcher's attitude. I mean, he's just one of those fellows that, as he says, I always keep the valley and the piece
Same weight.
level. I just never
Speed
get too
more.
high, never get too low.
Yep.
He does.
Heavy hack.
Yes.
Moderates the emotions.
Go, Jeff.
Staying all the way with it now. As it crosses over the nose just a little bit. Good brush. Good force. Team Canada
All right, boys.
gets the single back. Final stone.
Good work.
Stay down, clean it in, and there it is. They get a deuce. Chance for a couple.
Whoa.
Great shot, Brad. Good. Yeah.
They're good. 2 it is.
He's playing the right turn here to get less action.
Trying to keep the weight down.
Right to it. Bang.
Good shot.
And there they are. 2. What a great performance by that young man. Now he just has to wait. Needs a good piece of the button with his final stone. He leads at 5-4.
Positive. I liked it.
He likes it out of his hand.
Line's fine.
Need the button, fellas.
Off it.
Get off, boys. Need the button, fellas. Holding's right there, and it is 2 for Guju. They are the best again. A year ago in Regina, making it 2 straight. Now trying to win here and move himself on to the semifinal tomorrow. Brad Guju against Brendan Botcher, team wild card. We're tied at 1. We welcome you back on this Saturday afternoon, the 3-4 page playoff from Westoba Place. We go to the 4th, and for the first time in the game, it is team wild card. It does have the last rock. They have the hammer playing the Redstones.
Jackie, I think you want to go.
It's dying.
Whoa.
Okay. All right. Okay. Oh.
Just a couple feet heavy a couple times so far for Kark. It's just makes it tough to set up an end once they're deep.
Talked about it yesterday. We're seeing teams still trying different approaches to start and end. You could typically see wildcard with hammer throw their first one as a corner, but they chose to come around not completely buried because it's there to be used. I think often what happens and teams are finding it is if they throw the corner, the team without goes around and they never ever get a chance to get in there. They're chasing the rest of the end.
Yeah, it is. Back 12.
Back 12 is really bad.
Just this extra 3 feet, you don't get the curl.
Oh, look at that.
Separate the 2 yellows. Go.
And Wilson, I don't think he did. I think it actually spins off, gears off, and leaves team wildcard as the shot rock. Brett Gallant, part of the second team All-Stars that were just announced here in Brandon that include Colin Hodgson, Brett Gallant, BJ Neufeld from Team Alberta, and Brad Guju. So 2 members of Team Canada on the second team All-Stars. Hodgson, of course, with Mike McEwen and Team Manitoba out of West St. Paul. Brad Thiessen.
You're good.
Interesting call. You would be tempted to play the freeze in there, but you've closed it right down completely for Botcher to score more than 1. So they were trying to get that yellow one on the way by.
You like this for now?
So.
Yeah.
Think so.
Okay. Think you're only looking for about hack. Hack wheat.
Yeah, that nice little wall of stones is really only helping wildcard right now. Now no center guard, which was helping Gushue.
Just the 1 sheet in play now after 4.
Yep. Just to the
throughout
hack.
the entire
You gotta go, Mark. Probably a little late.
time of round robin.
Look soft, hard, just your hack. Gotta go, Mark. Hard, really gotta go. Hard. Really gotta go hard, not the gym. Hard, Mark. Get it out. Okay, just a little soft.
No weight.
Minimum weight, eh?
Minimum.
Is that even there?
Yeah, it's just there.
I don't hate a freeze.
Whatever you like.
These 2 are wide open, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
It's either that or throw easy and roll away.
What do you like? Whatever you like.
The freeze.
I'm good with both. So.
Let's do it.
It's
Easy.
funny how you're round robin, you probably freeze. In this game, it's a lot of yellow in there.
Sudden death.
Yeah.
Darren Moulding said something a couple weeks ago. He said he feels like Brendan Bottcher is probably the best 5-rock strategist he knows, and you really notice they defer to whatever Brendan is feeling. I think he studied the odds in the game and less of a risk taker.
Well, that goes again. We talked earlier this week to his profession as an engineer. He loves numbers. But yeah, Moulding said that as much today to me this morning as well. They have complete faith, and they just know enough when to push, and then to let go, and total confidence in Brendan Bottcher.
Well, and we've watched the combination with Darren Moulding over the years, and
no, it's not bad. I wouldn't say it's great.
And Darren just will jump in every now and then with the "let's go for it, Brendan," and I think that's a really good balance.
What?
The freeze is pretty good.
Yeah, but I think we save it.
Yeah. Like freezing there, if he's running this in.
Exactly, it's got to go on
one's got to go. You got to go one way.
That's his. My thought is to save this for you.
Well, we may not have it for me though, Mark.
Okay. Yeah, but if you freeze on, he's got to hit this in. This one's gonna it's tough to get this.
This is the shot, right? In my opinion, right now, this is the shot. I think we do anything else, we're just conceding too, because we do this, he does this, then we got to try hit and roll, which is no gimme. If we do this, then he goes under here, then all of a sudden he's lying 3 and we're playing a run back.
Yeah, I think you got to freeze.
Good draw.
Well, he won't be lying.
Like we get 1 half shot and he makes a shot, I'm playing a run back against 3.
Yeah.
Okay. So the freeze is the shot.
There's some pretty good 5-rock strategy too, isn't there? Not that there's any guards out front, but both these skips know what they're doing. They really do. And the freeze is probably smarter because what they're saying is even if the angle's not perfect, it will probably jam on the left red or the right red.
It's just a shade quicker today, right, than it was the other days, but it's pretty close to the same.
Well, and it's really for Gushu what he wants to be left looking at. He said, if they get a hit and roll in behind there and I'm looking at a run against 2 or 3, it's the get there first theory.
Mark Nichols in his first as we play here in 4 of a 1-1 tie.
A little heavy.
Trying to play freeze down to shot rock.
That's not good. We're right off. We have a chance here. Trying. Back 4. No. Still heavy though.
Back
no,
eight.
no,
Back eight,
no, Jeff.
Close. It's not close at all.
No, still hit. Yeah, line's not good. Line's not good.
Just curl.
And curl up and to the corner and finally stops. But they probably wanted a little bit more on the nose, didn't they?
They did, and it looks like he had good weight, but it wasn't Brusher's weight, which makes quite a bit of difference in how it's going to curl.
It's not bad though, is it? He couldn't, if it bounced off, there'd be that nose hit double roll buried kind of thing, and they'd be in real trouble.
You like that?
If I give you 2 feet less.
Yeah, but even or like.
Whoa.
Hard.
Clean.
Hard.
Yep.
Hard.
Solid. Go ahead.
Hard.
Staying with it now. They can get across the nose of this.
Whoa.
Just get across the nose. Oh, and then they'll touch their own. Just didn't finish for them.
Well, Darren seemed a bit panicky. He must have felt like he wasn't really crisp on that release.
It's funny because the skipper yelled "whoa" for line, and Darren screamed, "You got to go."
Yeah, must not have felt so good coming out of the hand. They would have loved a little bit more of an inside roll.
Pretty close to half, maybe a little less than half.
Triple there.
Okay, peel. Small half.
Make the side double and maybe you'll squirt the other one through.
Which wouldn't be there had he rolled.
Right. Now, where do you go with it, though? If you go there,
close.
It could redirect onto this one and stay in the rings.
I think it'll run right up. It might get an inch curl.
Mark Nichols trying to get
Hard.
Team Canada under some trouble here. In 4, bang, bang, touch it. Oh, he gets 3.
That was a lot harder triple than it looked because he had it on the right-hand side. He had to get it so thin to graze it by that back yellow.
Brilliant.
And when they settle, they are sitting 2 without last rock.
Just a sliver less. Okay.
Made a freeze, I think, Cheryl. Interesting call.
Whoa.
Yep, I agree.
Whoa. Line's good.
Weight's good.
Close.
Freeze to the stone, the shot rock,
Yes.
back edge of the 4.
Yeah, the theory, if it's really good, which it has to be, Brad Gushue might have to blast it out of there, and then you get a chance at 2.
Weight's good. Maybe.
New path, though. They haven't played this way.
Probably, don't need to, though, I don't think.
Whoa.
Bounce, Mark. Anything?
Good shot. Very good.
All right, to the corner. There in molding.
Really good guess on the weight.
It was a totally new lane they've never played.
It was like you're always going into the center line, but now they had to go across it. Guess a little bit on what the speed would be.
I can look at ice that I know I can pop a little
Let's
bit.
do a sliver high.
Mark Nichols could single-handedly turn this into a force situation for Team Canada, as opposed to could have been bad situation.
What a great triple in typical Mark Nichols fashion.
Yep.
Hard, Brett. Hard, Brett. Hard. Gotta get it back.
Hard, Brett. Really got to go, Brett.
Hard, Brett. Hard. You're on the ridge.
Hard. Hard, Mark.
Hard,
Now,
Mark.
has he got enough to spring it through and out the back? Sure does.
Good, Brett.
Big shot from Brad, too.
Hard, Brett.
Really got to go, Brett.
You don't get this other one out.
No kidding, there'd be a double to sit 3.
Boy, there's no. Again, good throw, great brush, but the spring in those stones.
I'm not going to overthrow it.
You don't make that at the curling club.
Shooter, right?
This is huge
Even a little
too,
more.
Cheryl, because if you ever make the double and hang on the corner, you might generate your 2. If you miss that rock on the pin, be an interesting situation what Gushue does.
You might generate a steal.
I need more than that.
What weight are you?
Throwing you good medium.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Whoa. Yep.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Piece finally called off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now some late licks. Angle it back. What do you got? Touch it. Oh, very nice.
Oh,
Beauty.
You could only make it with that weight, but
Yes.
that weight is tough to make a double with. You had to hit that second stone perfectly. Because if you threw any more, your shooter's rolling out.
The
What
rock,
a
I think,
great
was just
throw.
easy.
Nice throw.
Thanks.
beautiful shot.
And avoids that catcher at the back.
Well, 2/3 low. It's hard to say. Yeah. Seems like you get movement when you get out there, but you get in a little farther and it runs. 2/3.
Yeah.
Okay.
You shade thinner, but
Like that ice, guys? Yeah.
And a little bit more
There it
curl
was.
here than maybe at the start of the week.
Yep. Whoa.
Final
Smooth
stone.
field. Yep.
Team Canada. Usual.
Yep.
Looking at a double right back here.
Yeah.
Walker stays with it. Run it back. Get it.
on, Mark.
Oh,
Attaboy,
you're going to
Brad.
get this
Way
one
to
too.
go.
Sure. Why not?
Brilliant.
Anything you can do.
We just need to set one up for you. Try to set one up for you here.
Shot.
Good shot, Brad.
Just a huge shot. You know, you had the pick. You thought you were going to go up 2-0, and you had the pick, and you missed that. You jammed that double, and you're now down 2.
Well, and you go back a ways. Mark Nichol makes a triple.
Oh,
Brad
true.
Gushue makes a double.
Clean. Yep. Clean. Clean.
Brendan Boncher. And we will put another blank on the board. So that's our second in 4. It remains 1-1.
At bestwestern.com.
Daylight savings is about to take away an hour of our sleep, but Casper is making up for it by giving everyone 10% off their mattress order. Ah, justice served. Try it for 100 nights risk-free with free shipping and returns, and visit casper.ca today.
When the mission calls for military-grade grit, calling an off-road vehicle built on more than 70 years of hardcore heritage. Roxor from Mahindra. There's plenty to be done.
It is the 3-4 page playoff of this year's Tim Hortons Brier from Brandon. As we go to 5 in a 1-1 tie. We blank the first, we blank the fourth, and so here in 5 once again. It is Team Wildcard and Brendan Botcher out of Edmonton that does have last rock. He has the hammer, playing the Red Stones. Centerline guard goes up from Team Canada, and right around comes Botcher. So this is the second of the lead Stones for Team Canada's Jeff Walker.
T-line, hard, you gotta go. Not quite T. Hard.
Boy, he's going around, right around everything.
No.
Okay. Just a little rub.
Hey, called you too late. Okay.
We said earlier for us about Kuju this week. Just little things haven't added up for him, and something like that, for example.
Yeah, and you said, I think what you said when you talked to them today, that they haven't been as aggressive because they're not getting the rocks in the right spot early in the end. That's exactly what went wrong last end, and there's one mistake here now. And there's such a fine line between making that freeze and putting pressure on Botcher and doing what they just did.
Whoa. Okay.
Shot.
It's a little tight.
Top 4 weight.
Yeah.
Even though it's freezing in there, it's pretty good.
Yeah, so I'll kind of give you the freeze weight, guys. And
Yeah.
This side's nice and quick.
This side's sliding good, yeah.
Top 8.
Top 4.
Hold on.
Extra line here.
Line's
Top
good.
4. Whoa. No line at all.
Line's good.
Top
Not if it's
4.
heavy.
Keep in mind, as you see these numbers that come up,
Really needs a curl.
Nothing if
Just
it's heavy.
freeze it in
there's only
here.
one position right now where
A little.
Team Canada is out curling wild card, and that's at the lead position. Everywhere else, from second,
Okay, not
third,
bad.
and skip,
Nice
it's
weight.
all advantage wild card. And it seems to me that it shows in the play. We tied at 1, but if you're looking for little things, just the way the stones are sitting, ending up, it's Botcher with that advantage.
Well, and even some of the shots that we saw that Team Canada had to make to get out of an end, it's just Wildcard's been applying the pressure and has had that slight advantage.
And they'll rip the guard.
Tough to remove that yellow one. The top red's kind of in the way. You could hammer it really hard and hit it dead on maybe to get rid of it, then that sets up a red double. So Team Gushu's not going to take too much risk here by throwing a center guard.
What's that? Oh, that's in the ice. That's being there.
Nice freeze by Brett Gallant. He missed his first 2 draws of the game, but made that one.
Mine's a little tighter than last.
Not light,
Super
Mark.
half.
Hard early.
Hard.
Half. It's not light. It's tighter than half, guys. I think.
Yeah, broom length. We're over curling. We're over curling pretty big, Jeff. Whoa. Just past half. No, we gotta let it stop.
Whoa.
Gotta let it stop.
It's okay. Sit. A little bit.
Okay.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, over curls by a hair, shows the intern side on the yellow.
That's a right side to show. I think they're just straight peeling of the guard.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Right away. He had barely let go, Thiessen. Martin jumping it.
Good sweep.
He's
Very good.
Carrick Martin is a little chip right off the old block, isn't he, with his dad? We've talked to her many times about how Kevin with Hebert and Kennedy would cheat the line.
Oh, yeah.
It was all about the brushing and saved so many. And now here's Carrick and Thiessen saving so many for Brendan Botcher.
Yeah, it's identical.
He grew up knowing how important it was.
That's right.
He said the dinner table was an interesting conversation.
A little more.
Broom
than you,
length.
Brett. A little deeper than Brett's. Whoa. 3 feet short. Real tight. Gonna need to finish a little,
Real
guys.
tight.
Brett's in if you're gonna sweep.
Might be in. Top.
In is no good.
We're half in.
Freeze it. Hard. Go then. Go. Hard. Brett, get in there. Go. Okay.
Pretty good miss, actually.
Yeah.
What do you do with it?
Yeah, they got it far enough.
That surprised me. What? That surprised me. I didn't think you were that heavy.
Just looked a little more than his.
I don't know if you're going to stick your shooter.
That's okay, I think.
No. After this one jams here, these top 2 will be staggered, right?
Yeah.
So this one will be a little protected.
Yeah.
I think
Half
it's more
a rock,
important
eh?
that you jam it there.
I think, we just...
If you play it a little thick and you hit the crotch, this one's not going to go anywhere.
Okay, so half a rock.
Yeah.
So they'll
Thin
make
half,
one go
easy.
away.
Okay.
Medium.
I like medium.
Okay.
You could play the intern here and you'd get less action on Darren's thrown rock, and you might be able to stay in the paint. This will spin when it hits.
Yeah, shooter's probably going. One yellow's gone.
But they probably don't know the intern.
Clean.
Just medium.
Wasn't this one of your keys here, molding his performance today?
Yes, exactly. And we saw what Nichols did last end.
Good shot. Nice.
And there's that little stagger he talked about, just in the top of the 8.
Good throw.
Yeah.
Provides a little cover on shot rock.
Yeah.
Think just board.
Okay.
Really good thought process.
that.
You can't make that red
Yeah.
double because it jams,
and
and you
try and
can't
roll
run
it
the
out
yellow
right
back
there.
and get both reds.
This
And
one
he
will
knew that
probably
when
come to
when
there.
he called the shot.
Even a little solid board is fine.
Okay.
You know, some of the things we talked about with regards to Brendan. We said, hey, you know, he's 27. Now they've come a long way in 3 years when you think about it. But he attributes a lot of what he knows to that great program at the University of Alberta and all the situations that they would study. It was more a lot of classroom stuff on ice work at the Saville Centre. So when he saw it out here, it wasn't totally new to him.
Yes on the shooter?
No, they put themselves in those situations through the CIS program. It's a great program out of there. They worked with Rob Krebs for years, and I know Brendan gives Rob a lot of credit.
Pretty natural. You make this roll, this one will get chipped over.
Okay.
Medium?
Sure.
Well, and it's interesting, the combination with Karrick Martin, what Karrick would bring from the team as far as the Martin last name. Darren Moulding is more of an instinct player.
Yep.
They've really created a great combination.
Well, Botcher, Thiessen, and Martin, of course, were U Sport champions back in 2012 out of the University of Alberta. And here they go, Thiessen. Right to it. Stay with it. Bang, right off the corner. Just hit 2. And they have last rock.
Yeah. Played the back way.
Yeah, it's been a very good year for them when you think about the Skins game. They won just 54,500 there. Last year's runner-up, the Junior World Championship. And, of course, what he's done on tour this year, number 6, some $89,000 there. But he really had great grounding, great schooling in the game.
Slight opening here now for Team Canada. Darren was trying to roll over to that yellow one. If he did, he would have kicked the shot rock farther away and there would have been no double. It's still no double at this point, but Brad can roll on top and make it really hard for Botcher's first one.
Wait's good. Her biggie. Hard, Jeff.
Yep, gotta go.
Hard, Jeff. Hard. Hard. Hard.
Walker.
Hard.
Go
Right
land.
to it. Hard, no roll. Hard, no roll.
Oh, that's going to roll. And rolls away.
Had a couple over curls in that spot. We saw Darren Mouldings go there, and they saved it. They got really fortunate.
Roll out one rock.
Yeah, because then he can't make it this way. Okay.
I mean, it's either that or you whip it.
You whip it and try and click that, and that it actually goes on a nice. The trajectory should be perfect, but
hard not to
Do you
leave
like
a double.
playing it cute this way or playing it hard this way?
Whatever
I
you.
don't know.
Yeah.
They're good,
Whatever
Jeff.
you know the
you
ice
roll
for.
one rock over, you're good.
Yeah.
yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
It's an easier shot, I think.
I'm just worried they'll still be so close together. Will he be able to throw a bomb off that one?
Well, if you play this, there's a lot of good things that can happen.
Yeah. I'm good with that shot.
Like firm,
Yeah.
half a rock, a little more than half.
You can kind of come off maybe the back of it and push shot stone maybe up a bit. You can come into the side of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
From the upper level.
I think I like this
Here
shot
at
the
Westover
best.
Place, home of the Brandon Wheat Kings, seats some 5,100.
We talked about this first.
So even if my
And
shooter's
there could be a
little
double,
high
so now
for
they're
that
going to throw
one,
a
he might be able to
rocket
come
and
off
try
the
to
back
kick
of
this one over, whereas maybe it's over in this area and they kind of stay in this area and stop the double. But this is a really, really big shot because if you don't make this properly, you're forced to one. You can't blank.
Kick half, 2/3.
What
Kick it
happened
over
to
there.
those stones?
They're
Did
so
you-
little.
this-
So little.
yeah.
I know, why are they mini rocks?
I don't know. They're like little Timbits. It's like we didn't get the whole donut. We just got the bit.
Hurry! Hard!
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Missed opportunity now.
Yeah, real turning point because now the force is on.
Put it in the same spot would be nice.
Yeah.
You hate throwing that kind of weight
Really
at that
even
shot.
though
It's,
Right.
But he
like,
made that decision, didn't
Yep.
he? And,
Couple
and
feet
so
out. I
and he
love the
said,
slide.
"I'm comfortable with it."
I didn't see anything to indicate that that was a tight throw.
No.
So I think it was a pick. Well, they got one too, so let's just get our point here.
Easy board. Nice easy board, yeah. Clean. Easy board, Mark. Whoa. Whoa. Stay close. Yep. Keep clean. Not even quite board yet. Not quite board. Hard!
Jeff. Little
Roll it a bit, roll it a bit! Hard, hard, hard!
Nice
Good.
spot.
Attaboy. Didn't really see a force coming after mine. Good shooting.
Well, you know, I mean, look at. People will say, well, that's fair.
Yes.
Right? There was a pick.
Yes.
Led to a single point here. And now that mistake by Botcher.
Just hard to predict when you're.
Where you think it is, and it could end up just giving me a half a rock double. So.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Little down.
Close. Clean. No, no. Rod. Hard. Hard.
Final
Clean.
stone. And clean it down.
You're good.
And good he is. And stop there on the edge
It's a hair stall.
for a single. We're midway through. 2-1 Team Wildcard.
The 2019 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by Tim Hortons, official coffee of curling Canada.
Three-four-page playoff of this year's Tim Hortons Brier here in Brandon. Team Canada opened with last rock. So let's check the report after 5.
Well, just to see how close these teams are. How many times have they converted with hammer? Neither team. Force efficiency, they've both forced. Now that steal allow, they've docked a point from Team Canada. I don't know if I'd mark quite that hard because that was on a pick, but the edge definitely goes to wild card.
The report after 5 brought to you by Pioneer Hybrid, serving Canadian farmers for after 70 years. We talked about the importance of Darren Moulding at third, and he is tied for high on the ice right now with Brad Thiessen at 95. So let's go and look a little deeper now. This is Moulding in the third.
Well, Wildcard's trying to force this end. That was end number 3. Darren makes this great double. You see this to set up for the 2 and ends up getting the force against Team Canada.
Yeah, Canada picks up the 1. So now in the 4th, it is Team Canada that makes a couple of great shots. Start now with Mark Nichols.
Well, Wildcard has Team Canada on the run this end, and they're setting up for a possible 3 until Mark Nichols makes this brilliant triple.
Bang, and away they go. And they're not done yet because it's now left up to the skipper, Brad Gushue.
No, because Wildcard keeps applying pressure. They're setting up for a possible deuce this end. Brad Gushue throws, makes a brilliant double, forces on that end.
And There it is. Results in the blank.
Way to go.
Wild card would add one more in 5, and that's how we sit now as we're at the 5th end break. And outstanding numbers by Darren Moulding at 95. And it's really Brendan Botcher also out-curling Brad Gushue 88 to 83. 2-1 Team Wildcard leads it. Gushue will have last rock when we come back.
The 2019 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by New Holland. #TogetherBlue. By Home Hardware, Here's How. And by Scotties, Sponge Towels, Purex and Cashmere. Proud sponsors of the Scotties Tournament of Hearts for 38 years.
Shot at just the right time. Final rock on the way. Northern Ontario. Angle it back. What do you got? Oh! Kicked it right out of there. Wonderful shot. Brad Jacobs. Well, this week at the Brier, TSN has continued to reel Canada's greatest curlers, compiling a 31-person panel of experts, including writers, broadcasters, current and former elite level curlers to vote on the best lead, second, third, skip, team, and top 10 overall. And today, it's the top 10 male curlers of all time. And number 1 is... Go to tsn.ca/curling.
Oh, you're mean.
To find out the top 10. It's like I'm the Grinch who just stole Christmas.
Everybody's upset with you.
tsn.ca/curling to find out the vote for the top 10 Canadian male curlers of all time.
Can you just tell us?
No. I don't know you well enough. 2-1, Team Wildcard leads it. We go to 6, and it is Brad Gushue and Team Canada do have last rock. They have the hammer playing the Yellowstones.
Off guard that yellow. Just straight, right in the pocket.
High.
Real high, yeah.
Game on now. That force Wildcard slight error on the freeze by
like the way
Jeff Walker, and it's a nice little setup early here for wild card. So they're just going to cap this little guard on it.
Weight's good.
Oh,
Definitely tight.
Over and off.
That's kind of picking a bit too.
Over and off.
Never card.
No.
We haven't seen any, like one pick this week. Now I think, Darren thought that one of Brendan's may have picked. That's
yeah, a little hit early there.
Could it be? Again, you said the stones are coming from the both teams picked
These
from
two?
A and C.
Sure. Probably going to stagger the yellow.
Could it also be the kind and the way the pebble was put on by Jamie Barassa? Is that a possibility?
Yeah, for sure. I heard Brad say he thought it was a little lighter pebble, not quite as high a pebble, and these guys are playing for keeps with the brushing and they wear it down. That one, I think, if they just dust it early, it's still fine. Left a little tap back here that could change everything. Oh, they're going to play the hit.
Hard. Hit.
Going to play it now with Beck to land. Jeff Walker on the brush. Going to run it back and
Good
get
shot.
it.
Real good.
And leaves the shooter out in front to be used. Does spill that stone into the open.
Shot.
Full in the 8-foot.
well, that was the stone. Like even springing it out, if you don't make the double, you've got it off that 4-foot where you really couldn't get to it.
Lots of yellow to be used if Team Canada needs it.
That's important to remember, Vic. I'm a little surprised they're not hitting that center guard. It's definitely raisable, and it's only 3 inches from the rings. But
don't want to go
Mine's
yet.
pretty good.
No, way heavy.
A little heavy.
Park, stay with it.
A little heavy.
What's
Back
a little
four.
heavy?
Back 4.
Yep. Whoa. I'm going to try and chip this one. Whoa.
Back
We're by it.
Going to touch it?
No,
it does not. And call was back 4.
That'll
And boy, he had the weight down, didn't he?
He did.
Carrick Martin?
Not a great spot.
Not awful, I
You
guess.
heard Brendan say he was going to try and rub off of
I'm gonna
this
try and
one
chip
that's
this
going to be
one.
coming in top 12-foot just to try to slow it down, but it didn't
five.
Oh,
curl enough.
No.
How do you like that double, Brett?
No, I like this draw. We're just
Okay. Just nibble the button.
You say bite the button?
bite the button. Yeah.
Bite the button, top 4.
I think Brad Gushu feels he's got an opportunity here now with controlling that scoring zone out front.
Mine's a little tight.
Line only.
Is he coming through that same
A
hole?
little bit, Mark. Hard
Now,
to
do you
line,
want to leave
Mark.
it high or do you want to play to the back when where the shot just wound up?
Yep.
I think you can leave it a little above it because you're going to be behind guards, and then you don't allow Botcher's team to come down and freeze on it.
Whoa. Real close.
He's got a beauty here.
Here we go.
Looks heavy.
Oh,
Off. No.
leave it there, and perfect it is. A little higher.
Great.
Top edge of the button.
No, that's perfect. You freeze right down, and they'll just follow. So, really well
Good shot,
done.
Brett.
Medium.
Sure. You don't like going on top of theirs, right? Because once they have 2 on top of all ours, it's not going to be great.
Yeah, I don't like this call either. I'm with Martin on this one. Got to get pretty lucky to get shot rock here.
Whoa.
You have to go off both of yours to bounce up kind of thing.
Clean. Whoa. Yep.
Whoa.
Yep. Hard.
1. And sit there. Don't spin too far.
Okay. That's okay.
Yeah, I don't think that helps you at all.
Nope.
My first instinct was the draw. It just seemed like if you're trying to force.
Well, that's just it. You don't have hammer here. Now you've got to raise double into an easy pocket.
Hard.
Just caught it between hair thicker, hair thinner. That would have been perfect.
Yeah, but what do you see making it with?
What do you like?
I was thinking board, but I don't
Board
mind.
or hack?
Well, it appears
Okay.
that it is the red stone at the back. That is the shot rock. So the
What's this going to do here?
Right on the
stone
nose.
just
Works, Mark.
thrown.
Not
kinda
for
gradual.
long, I don't think.
Okay.
Not going to do a lot.
This
I don't
is
think.
why they left those yellows. Nothing overlapped and a lot of options to use them.
Yep.
Hair heavy.
Yep.
Hair heavy.
Love it. Close. Yep. Heavy
Going
going.
to have to just get by this center guard coming up.
Yeah.
Get by that. Now, get by that. Run it back into those 2. And how good. You knew all those yellows out there were going to be of use to Team Canada.
Good.
Yeah, I just not sure what Brendan was up to there. What a great shot.
We leave it right on it. Yep. It's coming straight back.
Oh, was it ever?
Centimeter more, millimeter.
Came up nice at the end, didn't it?
It did, yeah.
You can see it coming across the line a little.
Kind of that good board.
Yeah.
Like, good shot.
Hey, whatever you like. I just doesn't look to me like I can cut it enough.
Okay. Right on the beak then.
When you go back, before Molding's first, go even back to Thiessen. Would you not have tried maybe, hindsight being what it is, of course, to clear out some of those yellows that they're promoting now?
Right.
Get rid of some of those Team Canada stones.
Yeah, my gut was to control that scoring zone out front earlier, and I didn't like the hit and roll with Darren's last one. That was just asking a lot.
Now again, discard. Got to get by it. You're running back the other team's stone. Oh, and they did well as they open it up and get rid of one.
Yeah, that helps a lot.
It's not bad.
But they are bailing now, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah, they're down to 2 rocks left to bail.
Good shot.
Thanks.
And it's tough. Your team wild card, you don't have the hammer.
A little unlucky on my first one.
And you're opening it up for Team Canada, who does. Really no choice. That freeze would have been my... You know, you have to look at what you're trying to do if you're wild card this end, and a force is massive.
Yeah.
That's the way she goes.
He's got to make this pretty good. He's high, we can roll under it.
And he's got to be. Yeah, he's got to be.
I guess he's got to almost be in the
He's got to beat
forefoot.
out the.
Yeah.
Just feel it, top 8.
Yeah.
Top 8 around that center guard.
Yes. Just try to beat out that red wild card rock back 8.
T. Back 4.
Whoa.
Might have a chance on this side, though.
Yeah.
I think we're okay.
I think it's T.
Weight's good now.
Line's okay. Half button still. Don't need it.
Half 4 foot. No,
Just past that.
No.
Oh, this has got really hook.
Fighting T line. Go ahead, Brett. No. Let us stop. 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 No. Let us stop. Yeah, I think it's pretty good.
It's pretty good, Mark. 4 feet too deep.
Yeah. And a little more curl would have been nice.
Right where we were thinking.
What's that?
Right where we were thinking. Yeah. That side is a fraction slower than this side.
A little slower.
You got it. Let's go.
The guard's pretty long, so by that sliding that much deeper, more opportunity for Brendan's to curl past the
Gotta make
guard.
sure we hit it a little bit high to get it through that hole.
Just a little high,
Gallant's so good, isn't he? He knew that was heavy out of his hand, then he reconfigured that it was the slower side and redid his calculations and it guessed exactly where that was going to stop.
Huh?
Yeah.
Don't want to jam
Not
this in the
getting
back
slow,
red.
is it?
No, still good.
Yeah.
Well, you might expect that, actually. Tightening up the importance of the game. Martin staying with it all the way. One, and then just rolls it by. Rolls his shooter over on top of shot rock.
Just perfect.
It's exceptional. You thread it through the hole, and you roll perfectly on top. And that's all because of the weight he chose. And a little bit of help from this brushing.
Good shot. Thanks.
Yeah.
It helped. Oh, look how close he was to that back one.
Back 4, back 8.
Trying to hit like half?
Yeah.
Third?
Boy, tough call here. I think they're trying to cross this.
Similar to draw to the buttons.
Or are they going high side? High side to be simpler.
I think high side.
Let's draw to the button speed here, Brad.
Okay. Is that enough ice? Don't mind a hair more, Mark.
It must be going high
For
side.
back 8?
Back 8, yeah.
Half a rock,
Draw the
sit
button
2.
speed.
There might
Yeah,
not
it
be a
is,
double.
Used up a couple of more minutes than team wild card. Both teams starting, of course, with 38 minutes in total thinking time. They also have 2
Back
90-second timeouts available.
Yes, whoa, yes, hard. Gotta go.
Oh, yeah, they're going to go. They're going to actually get across the nose here, are they? Are they trying to hold him for the high side?
I'm not sure. I thought they must be going low side.
Yeah, there you go. And, oh, goodness, just touching it barely. And they do spin up. They are sitting the 1-2.
Yeah, they were going low side all along.
That was a tough shot.
Back 8. Yeah.
Did it roll out enough? Is there a double?
No, not at all.
The guard's in the way.
Kind of enough to bump it back 8, you know what I mean?
I understand.
Like back line or back 12?
Okay.
It's pretty good.
Okay.
Hey, Brad.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a long
Might be able
guard.
to roll in off that left-hand one. That guard is quite long.
If we hit it thin, we'll definitely make the double.
Yeah.
You could try and nose it and just do that, and then yours is here in the
You're getting
double
one or
with
the
Jeff.
other, so.
You'd have the out-turn draw for 2.
The only other shot I'm
Yeah, but
seeing
it
is a soft weight out turn.
But
Yeah, I'm with you,
But
Charles.
he's going to have the in turn through the hole to nose it for 2.
yeah.
Right?
Roll it in there.
No, play that double.
You'll be.
Or you could do
should
it this
be
way.
above it, like.
What is,
Peel weight.
Can we
I
make
think I
it with
like
half?
Make the double that way.
Pardon?
Or even roll there.
I was thinking that. It's close. You probably just hit this one and your shooter probably goes up like that, but it's probably there.
Yeah. I think thick half.
It jams on the back, so we just got to make sure
I
our
think
shooter doesn't.
you'd have to hit this one really thin to miss this one with the in turn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm good with
It
that.
it jams on the back, so.
It's an easier shot than that other one.
Yeah, I know.
No matter what, we get one.
Trying to hit a half.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And this is okay too.
I just, yeah.
The out
Okay.
turn forward waiter, but.
The problem here is half a rock just grazes this yellow one. And who knows where it goes. It could maybe even go there if you get it thin enough. The key is obviously the thrown rock has to go across and kill this one. If they get it really good, stay right there, it might be a little tougher for a 2, but like you said, the guard's in a different area code. I don't think it'd be a problem for Brad Gushue. So this line has to be superb.
Hard.
Right out of his hand. Thiesen's got him. And got him. Really got him. Got to stay with it. Get by the guard. He did. Now, bang, bang. Oh, moving back. Avoid the jam. Great shot, Brendan Butcher.
He was on the guard out of his hand.
He was, Cheryl.
You got to give those. Brad Thiessen gets the check mark for that shot. He held this the entire, backed it up off the line.
That's unreal. That was looking like a draw for 3.
Great rushing. Look at Brad.
Just brilliant.
It's not like he threw it bad. He threw it intentionally that way,
Yeah.
knowing his brushers will pull it back.
Yeah, but like you say, half the money goes to Thiessen.
It does.
So now drawing against 3. I do like their conversation, though, Botcher. When he says, I'm good with that, discussion ends.
Yes, it does.
You have to listen to that.
Line's holding.
That's twice now I've heard that in the game. When I'm good with that, we stop. Let's go. Well, you just had your pocket picked, and now you're coming back with what they probably think is a lump of coal, but it is a single, and we're tied at 2.
This new day looks nothing like yesterday. Trails are covered. Paths aren't what they used to be. Roads nowhere to be found. And it's exactly what you're looking for. Jeep Grand Cherokee. No surprise, it's Canada's most awarded SUV ever. Get up to 15% off MSRP for up to $10,650 in total discounts.
I don't wanna go home alone.
Red Rush, the new men's fragrance by Ralph Lauren.
It's been a wonderful World Championship so far. Hello, Canada. I'm Vic Rauter.
And I'm Doug. Let's go live to the icy lanes where Mark Nichols is sliding his giant puck thing.
Wrong sport, Doug.
Ooh, it's got a nice inwardish twirl.
That's an out turn he's actually throwing.
And 1, 2, 3, 4 strikes. Yeah!
Very wrong sport, Doug.
Wow, Nichols has been dominating this period.
It's the end.
Oh, cheer up, Vic. There's still 5 more quarters left.
Easier than ever before. Sweet bowling closet. The Benchmark Laser Measure. Only $29.97 and only at Home Hardware.
We dream of pristine waters, swirling endlessly through towers of green. We imagine the wild beyond, and encountering the mysterious beasts who call it home. Someday.
The 3-4 page playoff. What a great shot. Still talking about Brendan Botchers. Last to bail them out of trouble because they were in deep, leaving Team Canada to draw for the 1-against-3. It is the Tim Hortons Brier from Brandon. The third time that Brandon has hosted the Canadian Men's Curling Championship. Al Hackner in '82 was the winner, Ernie Richardson in '63. Brandon has been the scene of some wonderful curling moments, such as the World in '95, Carrie Burtnick and Elizabeth Gustafson. Let's take a look at this shot that really did turn that end around.
Well, you had to go out on a limb to try this. Look how close this thing gets to the guard thanks to the brushers. But you had to hit it thin enough to tick the back one and almost miss it, and now obviously get that shot rock on the side. Brilliant.
And the key shot brought to you by World Financial Group, helping Canadians have better financial futures. When you watch that stone head towards the line, and then his brushing was able to hold it, and it just rode it all the way down.
It honestly, at the end, Darren Molden called them off, the brushing, because they'd almost backed it up too much.
Yep. No question.
Exceptional.
Similar to what I gave you last time, boys?
Yeah. Kark's first one ticked the guard on the way by, and it ended up wide open, and that could help Team Wildcard here as this end unfolds.
How does that feel, Brett? I like it. Low line. We got extra line here. Only for weight, guys. We're fighting for. Only for weight. It needs to curl big.
It'll be close if it's not heavy, though.
Jeff, see if you're going to sweep. Whoa, can't bounce.
Shot stone belonging to Botcher, and Wildcard is sitting top of the button.
Freeze it up, freeze it up, freeze it up, freeze it up.
And not quite freezing it up.
Well, I think this is the interesting time in the game because Brendan Botcher, with the way he plays the game, he wants nothing more than a blank now. You're going to start to negotiate for hammer in the even ends, and Team Canada wants nothing more than to force them this end.
Yeah.
I thought he'd play the yellow double the other way here. If he makes it the way he wants to here, which is a shade harder, he kicks out his own red one. It's just short of the rings. So they're going all out for the blank, I'm assuming.
Very much.
Close. Whoa. Kark. Whoa.
Roll it. It's good.
Great shot. Opens up that center line.
Nice shot.
That'll spill in a Team Canada stone.
Yeah, that was the danger, and I'm not sure that's ideal.
Fight center line.
Well, that could be a force point they just kicked in there.
You
right.
can go a little higher than that. It's coming back here.
Past
so
half.
Keen, eh?
Yeah.
A little full but soft.
Half.
Don't panic.
Okay.
Line's a little tight.
Yep.
Half.
Hard.
Hard early.
Curling really early.
Hard early. Line's not bad. Whoa,
down, Mark.
let it
Over
stop.
this
Over
side of
curling.
half.
Whoa, guys. Whoa, guys.
Just
Over
this side of
curling.
half. Let it stop. Let it stop. Let it stop.
Over curling. Okay.
Whoa. Okay, good spot.
That's a good spot.
Good weight.
Spot.
Nice weight.
Now they got a little
Sorry,
more work to do
thought I
than
was
they
going
needed
a
to
little
if they'd
full.
made the double the other way, Cheryl.
Okay.
Try to run this back, clean it up, and get that corner one.
Whoa.
Same thing, bro?
Yeah.
Double's not even setting up properly either for a wild card. It looks like it would take their own out.
Real tight.
Way out there right now.
Line should be okay.
Get a lot of line, guys.
Okay,
Really
we gotta
tight.
Wait. We'll wait then.
It's gonna have to be Jeff.
Give it a few. Get it going. Get it curling, Jeff.
We're gonna need some curl here, Jeff. This
Should
rock
get there.
Go now.
Whoa,
close.
whoa, you can wait a bit. You can wait a bit.
3 feet
This rock
short.
should finish.
2 feet short.
Yep.
Great shot, Mark.
Really good rock placement by
Shot.
Team Canada.
Yeah, it didn't start out well
No.
for them, but they have
Good judge.
turned it up, and that was their concern coming in, of course.
This is
thick half.
I think it's a half. Yeah, thick half.
Still a lot of work here to get that extra yellow.
Whoa. Oh. Whoa.
I think we got to throw one more.
Kind of like a tight one here now.
Okay.
Like give him half a rock here. At least if it comes in, it's probably doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
Same weight, and they can sweep.
Yeah, we can bring it a little more, but a little closer to center line.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't love showing too much, or he's kind of tapping and.
Oh no, I'm thinking half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same place is pretty good.
He can tap it. Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
Then we can run it and we can lie 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is he ever hitting the outside one?
Well, I
and
think what
rolling
he's
in?
doing is he's tapping with back 12.
Yeah.
He's lying second and third.
Yeah.
I just
He's
think
got
if we lie 3 now, they got 3 shots.
No, I don't.
You like the guard?
I like the tight guard.
I
Yeah.
like the guard. No
Probably
more
only need
weight.
a foot or
Both
two
these
out.
teams have been in so many of these situations. They got a really good idea how it's going to unfold. I think that one mistake was playing that double peel in the wrong direction.
Yeah, it's curious, that call. I like Brad Gushu's thought
Similar line
process
to the
on this,
last
a
one.
little bit
Same
tighter, and then if he does try to run it and catch
Yeah,
that
we're a foot
12-foot stone,
more.
it might
Yeah,
jam into the
throw it
4-foot.
Whoa.
In the house.
We're really tight. In the house?
I think we're in the house.
Okay, hold it.
Yeah. We're biting.
That's why it's hanging.
Trying
there.
to stop.
Needs a curl a little bit.
Might be just
Jeff?
out now.
We're in.
Just out now.
Whoa.
Remember earlier
Whoa,
this
whoa,
week,
Jeff, whoa, Jeff, whoa, Jeff.
one of the teams here
spot.
at
Real good spot.
the Brier was Saskatchewan under the Newtown Saskatoon, Kirk Myers. First time in 33
I
years,
just got 2 feet more.
a Myers team skipping at the Brier.
Nice and tight.
His dad, Lyle, who was part of that 86 team, said, Kirk doesn't know enough yet. I mean, he'd skipped as in high school and then was here. So he skipped a very uncomplicated game.
Yes.
Do you think sometimes Gushu
Clean. Whoa.
thinks of too many things?
I think we all do. I think when you're playing this crazy sport, and I think he's one of the best at recognizing when he is in trouble, and he.
Okay.
But yeah, we're all guilty of that one, I think.
Okay. You know, I mean, we go back to the Scotties and Chelsea Carey, you know, thinking about 9 things, Cheryl, and I'm just wondering sometimes if when you get to this level, you see so many things when maybe the most obvious thing is right there.
Well, I think at this level you've had so many things go wrong, and I think that's probably what Kirk Myers had with the advantage of being a new skip was that he hadn't had all those situations in front of him where you lost a game because you missed this call or that call. Gushu has had that. Brendan's had that in such a young career, and so you start to try to think of everything. It can be almost paralyzing at times.
You're going to take on your run here. Don't want to miss this high side. He's going to soften the weight. That's a smart idea.
Board weight.
So here we go.
Close.
Skip Stones, Brad Gushu. Walker now.
Hard, Jeff. Hard, Jeff.
Trying to help it over. Gallant with the carry. Run it back. Bang. And oh, goodness, look at them there.
Oh, roll to a double, though.
Yeah. Yes. Not quite what he wanted.
Shoot, sorry,
Now,
guys.
they do leave the shooter out in front.
Panicked a little on that one, sorry.
Good weight.
Luckily for Canada, if the double's made, there should be a double. I'm not sure you can roll away here much. No, you can't, can you?
No.
If you hit this on the center line side thin enough, you don't make the double.
And you don't want to miss that, so you're probably leaving one back.
Yeah. But you'll be happy with the double, even if the double's made back, you can blank.
Yeah.
Firm. Botcher.
Clean. Whoa. Clean. Yeah.
Pardon.
Clean. Yeah. Whoa. Clean. Whoa.
Just clean it in. And away they go.
Pretty good.
That's good, yeah.
She doesn't.
It's good.
Yeah, real good.
We got to make sure. I don't want to hit it too thick.
Oh, I know.
I think there's
Trying to hit.
more than enough. You're only trying to hit an inch.
To try and spin up.
Oh, yeah. Like you're almost stuffing it and it's just going to grab a little bit. Yeah.
I mean, this has to be perfect to to get a force, but it's there.
So?
If you can roll dead behind that center guard, that could be your force opportunity.
Make sure you get that double first, isn't it? You gotta hit it a bit thicker. If you want to play the straight double, you can hit it where Mark's broom is. You hit half a rock, you've got to be careful.
I imagine that had we made it perfect, he was going to play hack on the back one and roll it under. So
Yeah, fair enough.
he's pressing. Yep. Yes. Whoa.
His last.
Jeff.
And then roll it up. And roll it up. And spin it out.
Sorry, guys.
Okay.
Nice try.
Would you have risked playing it any softer trying to hold that shooter, or did you have to play it that hard to make the double?
But you want to make sure you get both rocks out of there. So no, I think you're, as they said, pressing to try to get some opportunity for a force, but you don't want to ever miss one of those.
So that's a job done for Team Wildcard. They get their blank and the all-important last rock in the 8th.
Stress. Nurtures the close family ties that make life rich in ways money can't buy.
I believe that true happiness comes from watching your crops ripen in the field, your children grow tall in the sun, your whole family feel the pride that springs from their shared experience.
I believe in farming because it makes all this possible.
Get this sporty new Ram 1500 Express. 4x4 quad cab. Or step up to the special edition Black Express. Black grille, black magic, 20-inch wheels. It's a perfect time for a new Ram. Right now, get 25% off MSRP for up to $19,130 in total discounts.
So that all-important last rock in an even end in a 2-2 tie, that belongs to Team Wildcard. And Brendan Botcher from the Saville Community Sports Center in Edmonton. So we go to 8, and they do have the Hammer playing the Redstones. Shot rock is at the back of the button, and the 2 center guards have gone up now from Team Canada and Brad Goujiu.
Great shot, Jeff.
As you take a look at the respective numbers for the leads. Jeff Walker there. Carrick Martin here.
Carrick has to get this in the right spot. Just that back button one could be really bad.
Aren't you surprised that I know they laid a second guard out there, Team Canada? Could you not have come down and played right in on top, or was it too early for Team Canada?
No, you really could have. You really could have, because this makes it a little tougher for them to do that. But now they've left an opening. A little long, a little deep.
This is trying hard for a steal with those double guards.
Yep.
I know they're in tough when you've got Wildcard's got the hammer in 2 ends, and at this point Goujiu only has it in 1. So it was a pretty big blank last end for Team Wildcard. Now you have to try and convert that, take it away.
Top 4, T.
Top 4. Line's good. Play the
Line's real nice, Mark.
Close.
Back button.
Line's
Get this in good. This could end up there the whole end.
Line's good.
Oh, line's good.
Easy.
Good. Weight's good. Line's good. Just knock it on here.
We're there.
We're there. Only. Line's good.
Line's perfect.
Line only.
Back button.
Perfect line.
Whoa, looks here.
Whoa,
Whoa. Put a stop.
And there you go. But just again, that little bit deep as they're back of the pinhole.
Pretty good, though. Lined right up.
Real nice.
Triple buried.
And with Wildcard having 2 in there, you really did want to make that a freeze.
Just a hair deep on Wildcard's first rock, and they're going to be pushing to get a bunch of rocks out of play here.
Oh, and missed that one.
Yeah.
Good throw.
Just this side of hog line. Just this side. It's fine though.
Are they going to pile another one in there? Is that what they're doing, or are they leaving this high?
The really long guard trying to line it up.
All right.
Just past the broom length.
Whoa.
Higher's better.
Gentle clean, guys. Just keep a broom on it.
Line's getting pretty good.
Line's fine. Whoa.
Go a little, Jeff.
Whoa, no.
Go. Square it up. Good. Good shot.
Good shot.
Oh, look at that. Lined up perfectly. A lot of distance.
Good shot.
Okay. Good sweeping.
Great weight.
They swept that right a little bit early. Attaboy.
You'll need a fair bit of weight because you're going to be hitting this just off nose to get both of them to go, and you need to spring your shooter out of the way.
Yep.
Tease him.
Hard, go.
Yep.
Folding. And just will get 1.
Same spot, Mark.
Yeah.
It's all about rock positioning, isn't it? That first one deep, second one a hair light, and that allowed Canada to get in there.
And timing.
Yeah.
To my mind, you know, now,
Yes.
after so many, that's, you've talked about it so often. When do you go?
Yeah.
Who goes first?
Yes, yes.
This might be okay.
Okay, line's fine.
Farther than Brett, though.
Line's fine. Doesn't need
Line's
to curl.
good. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Don't want to.
Whoa. Whoa, higher's better. Higher's better. Higher's better. Okay, good shot.
Perfect. A little closer together, but dead straight.
Firm. Okay.
Thinking they have enough to just slice that
Dive
shot
it out,
stone.
you play that.
Oof.
I like this.
Okay.
Big call here, boy.
Firm.
Yep.
This could easily be nothing.
Yeah, you miss this wide, and it's trouble. Not that it's the wrong call at this level. It's not easy.
Hard.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
Mark.
Whoa.
Waiting for it. Waiting for it. Waiting for it. Now Thiessen trying to help it over. Help it over. Help it over. Oh, and he picks it off the face and pushes it for third shot.
I guess when you have those brushers to manage a rock down the sheet, that was incredible.
Yeah, the Thiessen got on at the last second and just looked like it was going right by. Beautiful shot.
He's got it.
Nice shot. A little farther back.
It's nice. It's straight across for.
You move that to really bad wildcard rock back a bit too. So now a freeze gives you a little bit of room.
It's nice.
Weight's pretty good.
Okay.
Top button.
Play the weight.
Room.
Weight's real good.
Needs a curl, Jeff. Needs a
Don't
curl.
need it. Don't need it. Don't need it. Don't need it.
Looks heavy.
Yeah, we're right to it.
Might want to be just shy of it. Just shy of it. Just shy of it. Just shy of it.
How's our line?
Just shy of it. Just shy of it. Stay shy.
Pretty good.
Get a little more curl would be beauty.
Just a shade more curl.
Spot?
Yeah.
Good shot,
now. Okay. Board.
Nice shot though.
What do you like?
Whatever you like.
Easy's probably the right weight.
Okay. Can we throw board?
Sure.
Okay.
They have the option, because it's not frozen like the first one was, they have the option to throw a little bit of down weight, which brings the brushers a little bit more into play.
Tough shot though. This is can't see a lot of this thing.
Well,
Board weight. Weight's good.
Weight's real nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Hard.
Lead. Whoa. Whoa.
Weight's good.
Whoa. Brad, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh gosh, by that one too.
Get the 7 if it
One
is.
more time.
Great
Yes,
shot.
one more time. Two really good throws. 2 stones, well brushed.
Said we needed a big game from Darren to match up against Mark Nichols, and you're
That's a pretty
getting
good
one.
pair. Thanks, bud. Nice.
Yeah, you know, you throw peel at an inch and a half of rock, and then you soften the weight and still make it. That's really well done.
Being able to play a little intern top on that other one.
Yeah.
You almost have to overbury this, right where Mark's broom is.
Because of the tap on his
Yeah,
head.
you put it on the button, there'll be an angle for wild card. Not necessarily an easy angle, but it'll be there. You know, Brad will be close on this one. He loves these draws. Mark's giving him the speed.
And the room is there to get in.
Yes.
No, I think you're good.
Top 4. Line's good.
Cujo in his first.
Line's good.
It's good. Top 4.
Shot rock sitting back edge of the 4 center line.
Jeff's in, I think.
T.
T.
Needs a
line.
curl.
Back button. Back button.
Needs a
There
curl,
you go
Jeff.
now, Walker.
Go ahead.
Needs a curl.
A little bit more.
Line's getting good. Finish it. One more.
Line is good. Finish it. And that little bit. They are the shot rock, but just there. Right there is room for wild card to get in.
Pretty good. Silver buried.
T.
Needs
T
a
line.
curl.
Back button. Back button.
Needs a curl, Jeff.
T. Go ahead.
Needs a curl. Line's getting good.
To
Finish
finish
it.
that
One
finish
more.
over there.
One more.
We still 15 here.
Half shot from
Are you? Look, you've just thrown one shot rock, Cheryl. But are you disappointed? Are you a little upset if you're Gushue just because you went that maybe 3 inches too far?
Well, slightly, but you shouldn't be. That's a pretty brilliant shot, and you're not allowing that little tap. You're forcing Brendan Bottcher to a draw. Little tap.
Just through.
Back 8.
Just through.
Well, we've seen them trade some wonderful shots earlier, triples, doubles. Now, can they?
Just through.
Bottcher get himself inside there. Carve it over. Take it over now. You're going to push it through?
Good.
Oh, wow, he did. Even with the bump, he got it through.
These are 4 of the best shots
Yeah.
in a row.
That curled really hard. They actually panicked here they were trying to roll the other way.
Yeah, they tried to brush it to straighten it at the end.
Exactly.
At the top of the 4.
I don't like the triple. Okay. I think if we're biting center line, dead frozen, he's going to have a hell of a time getting 2. I think he's got to play the tap to there if he wants to. Okay?
And I like this far better than trying to make the triple because Brad just threw it.
Where is that triple? Show it to us, would you, please?
The intern.
Intern bullet, but you can't do it that way, can you, Cheryl? You'd have to get it across the top, like hit it really thin that way. Try to get that one there.
Okay.
Kick it like that, but
Brad didn't like it.
no, and he just threw this too, the exact same shot.
Well, terrific game. Really across the board. The score, as indicated, very tight, but Bottcher by a couple of percentage points over Brad Gushue. Player numbers are brought to you by New Holland, #TogetherBlue. And that's the way Bottcher and Molding see it from ice level as we peek over their shoulder. Final stone for Team Canada.
Line's good.
And Gushue right now it is sitting on the lid wild card.
Line's good.
It's good.
Lock it on.
Just threw it, so he's going to be real close.
Needs to curl. We're tapping needs to curl.
A little heavy, they said. We're tapping it a bit.
Needs to curl. Needs a curl.
Molding is right there if it has anything left in it, but they'll leave it right there.
That was strange because Brendan's over curled.
And Brad kept saying needs to curl, but nobody was trying to make it curl.
Can you do anything with that to bring some of those others into play?
Oh, yeah.
Because you think Brendan got almost across split center line with his first, and this is far outside of that. Still a touchy shot, but you just get across the nose slightly, and it's for 4.
So do you throw like a hack
Well,
waiter?
our red's not going anywhere. We just got to hit it right on the nose.
Like you had just back line.
I like this shot.
Or do you throw it harder, try to stay away from the guard, throw it harder? Even if you hit it that way, this goes there, the yellow goes out there, you probably lose your throwing rock, you still get your 3.
Well, a great opportunity sitting 1 right now. Chance for 2, 3, maybe 4. Chance to break it open here in 8 of a 2-2 tie.
It has to curl.
Bottcher waiting for it. Martin, nothing. Now, here he goes. Now, Brad. Now, Goldthiessen. Can you get across the nose and push it back? And sit down, and there they are. Count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bottcher.
Perfect speed. Looked like he was a hair wide, but it was just light enough.
I'm going to add some points to Thiessen's percentage for all the brushing he's done.
That little yellow stone in the back acted as the catcher for the 4th point.
keeps bringing fiber optic internet directly to more homes in Canada. Canada's fastest ranked internet provider.
Proportions sharpened. Ride taller. Drive smarter. Road presence undeniable. Grill to gate, roof to road. Unlike any truck you know. Introducing the next generation GMC Sierra. Our boldest, most innovative truck ever.
The latest movies. Plus brand new seasons of your favorite shows. There is a kind of darkness in you. I know. All March. Only on the all-new Crave. Subscribe now. What could go wrong?
Four in the eighth by Team Wildcard and Brendan Botcher out of the Saville Community Sports Centre in Edmonton. Here at this year's Tim Hortons Brier in Brandon, and they lead it now 6-2. Here in 9, it'll be Team Canada, two-time defending champions, Brad Gouju, will need to generate a big comeback if they hope to keep it alive to make it 3 straight. Jeff Walker.
No, that's less.
We were talking in the break how
It's the same path.
how curious it was because the way it started out, when Karek Martin went deep with his first, you thought, my gosh, the Team Wildcard's in jail. But that stone, as you said, was moved back a little bit and gave them some more room to operate.
Yeah, it's amazing how that snuck up on Team Gouju. They had that freeze opportunity, made it, and then every time Darren made it, like he made a peel tick and then he made a board weight tick, but he kept moving that dangerous rock. Karek's back. That gave the skipper a little bit of room to navigate, and he didn't make any mistakes. Very cool.
No, Darren, that was an exceptional end for him. It's been an exceptional game for him.
Yeah.
But you look for those shots that change control in an end, and he just kept making them.
Well, the keys to the game, in my opinion, was can you stay with Mark Nichols? And Mark's 92, Darren's 94.
We're out there a little.
So he did his job.
You knew Nichols was going to be 9-something.
Yeah.
So Darren's been incredible.
Yeah. Go ahead. You're good there. You're good. Nice shot. Very good.
By Brock rule, lots of time though. The threes pop out of nowhere. We saw Cooey get a 3 to
Same as I gave you last
to
time.
beat Wildcard. Grab 3 here would make it interesting.
Looked a little funny. I was pretty positive.
Yeah. Where? I got back 8.
Yeah, back 4, back 8.
Stay with it. Might be something under
Wide
it.
open. Line's going to get good if the weight is good. Back 4. Whoa. Trying.
It's okay. Keep it clean. Line's a little tight.
No, line's not tight, Mark. Off. Right where you are. Back 4. Whoa. Coming down. Whoa. Finished a bit, Mark. Yep.
Very nice.
Yep. Good shot.
I like to strip in this.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you can, no, you can just see a lot of that. Okay.
I hear
Well, clean. Good throw.
Al, is there something similar feeling about this? Well, why not? You go back to a year ago, and it was a win in the 3-4 page playoff. Hasn't done it yet, but certainly in good position. And then beat John Epping in the semifinal, eventually losing to Brad Gouju in the final. So trying to get there again under this 3-4 game is Brendan Botcher.
They had another step to go, assuming they can pull this one out. But they'll be more prepared in the final the second time. The second time you get to a Brier final, it's a totally different feeling. You actually have feeling. You don't have any feeling in your arms and legs the first time.
Well, that is exactly it, though, Russ, because this team, Botcher has talked about it, that they've played enough of those big games that eventually you learn how to win them. You learn what it feels like to be out here in a single sheet when the crowd goes completely quiet. It's not so much the noise that bothers you as when you can't hide amongst all the other sheets out here.
Nice setup for Team Canada here.
Whoa. Whoa. We're okay.
Any roll.
The in wildcard's position here, you don't do anything fancy here. You don't press the envelope, so you can easily cough up a 2 or 3. Try not to give up a big end, right? You almost concede that deuce in this situation. 1 half shot and it's a 3.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest thing. It used to be 4 rock was always force them to 1, and I think 5 rock, it's going to move more so to force them to 2 is fine.
It's good weight, though.
Yeah, I think wildcard might be happier giving up 2 here than Gushu scoring it.
Yeah.
Mine's good. If you're bouncing.
Not much.
Whoa, no.
Mark's trying to line these up, and it'll be tough to get out.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Shot.
Oh,
Shot.
really, really good shot.
Perfect.
Good boy, Mark. Score 4 here would be great.
I gotta do some.
Yeah.
Do you like easy?
Angles. Yeah, I like it.
Good judge.
Wow. And we talked about 13, of course. And that was the year Adam Casey was throwing
Clean.
the second stones. That was the year of Mark Nichols playing for Stoughton. That was the year of Brad Jacobs' win.
No. Okay.
And even more interesting that they allowed a 4-ender because they're one of the top 3 teams in forcing this week.
It's okay.
They've just had the ability not to let the opposition generate their deuce.
Freeze there.
Yeah, that was my thought.
That's why I didn't like the tick in earlier. That makes it a lot harder.
We can make it.
The other option, Mark, is to hit what we can see here and see if we can do this.
I think that's a little tough.
That was my thought. I understand that. We got, unfortunately, have 2 shots, and I'm not sure how we're, like, if he throws a good guard, I don't see how we're getting rid of.
Well, the guard's coming back, right? If we
What's
get
that?
if we can get it here.
Well, why is he going to throw the guard back? He doesn't get rid of the yellow.
No, we're throwing the guard back.
Well, I understand that, but what I'm saying is if he does this,
then ours might be open.
We need a miss.
Yeah, either way.
Probably, don't we?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, guys, I'm saying 3 gives us a chance. Even 2 gives us a chance. I just don't, I'm thinking with only 2 shots left.
Still might be able to come off this into the crop if you leave it there.
Play this thin.
Play this thin. This one goes nowhere.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not even convinced this is going to go that far.
I don't think the red is going to go too far either.
Yeah. I'm not. I just love to get this back here.
Yeah.
And if we stay, and if we nut this, then I got access to this. Then, like, I got lots of options to at least get 2.
I don't mind. If you like that.
Okay.
Those are the 2 shots. So.
I think it's the only shot, guys. I really do.
When you hit, if you hit the yellow, Cheryl, assuming you could, do the reds go? That's the hard part. It's going to graze that shot rock. Is it going to get it out of there?
I don't feel like it will.
About the outside of this is what I'm saying is because we do that, we're still only line 1. Then he could triple guard this.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Just think a couple shots. Like, I'm not even sure we get 2 if we do that.
He needs to have 3. Is that his belief here? And everything he does is for 3.
With that in mind.
Yep, there's the first timeout. They're still not comfortable. So timeout number 1.
And Smart calling the timeout. This is massive. This could be the game one way or the other.
The tick double he wants Mark to try so hard. I think that's part of the strategy problem.
I don't feel like you guys are 100% bought in, so I just want to explain. If we go here, let's say he says, forget about this. Like, there's nothing to do this. He guards up here, throws a high guard. Then what do? We do something like this.
Yeah.
What is there's nothing off of that if we're here. What do we do then? Let's say we freeze again. We're never out counting this. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, if you don't think you can come off that,
You
then
can't make this.
If this one's frozen here, it's in the way then to make this.
Well, you're
Try to go into
the
the
back
yellow, don't you?
half. I mean, I know what you're saying. I like this hit. I'm
fine with the hit. My first
like the
thought
hit.
was the draw. That's all. Like
I think 100% the hit is the shot.
I'm just thinking we make this hit. He's got a 4-foot run back double.
Thing is though, if we play it with like a good solid board, this may line up to come back onto this when this comes back.
Okay.
Like, and this may not even move that much.
I don't think it's moving very far.
I don't know if it will
This
move
is thin,
much
hey?
at all.
It's about a quarter rock. Yeah.
Big thing is we got to stick
Or a little
this.
less.
Can you see a quarter? What do you got?
I think you see too
probably
much
have
of
a
it
quarter.
actually
I
to
can
make
see
it.
too much.
Okay.
I think you can
But-
throw normal if you like.
You got a third, Mark.
The key is we just got to stick this.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
the key.
Just here.
Normal, yeah.
Just.
Yeah, I think Mark Nichols is fine with the shot. I think he had just thrown out the draw there as an option. And
Mark's fine with any shot
Yeah,
at any
he's-
time. He's just so pliable. He's just
Yeah.
so.
It's like, sure.
Yeah, I think he just offered up the other
right
option, and
Like, even if you did that, it's not killer.
He was talking about throwing board though.
Okay, I saw normal.
Oh,
tough shot, just the same though.
with normal, it's going somewhere, I think.
It's good. Normal. Yep. Gotta go.
Real close.
Try to get by that guard first, though, and it's coming.
Hard. Whoa. Yep.
Get by that
Yes.
guard. They did. And he stick it over there. He did. And so Shot Rock still belongs
Great shot.
to Wild Card, but they've got 3 spread out. Team Canada.
Oh, it was a brilliant shot. Unfortunately, they left a double, which was hard not to do.
Right, that was the problem. I think.
Good throw, Mark.
Give me an inch more ice than that.
If that top yellow that they're going to hit right now had sprung a little bit more, it was hard to do because it was frozen almost to the second Yellowstone.
This is huge, though, Cheryl. If the Devils ever missed, the 3 still on the table here.
Yeah.
By the way, Thiessen,
Clean.
what's he got? 1, 2, and yes, he'll push it through.
And where he left it is just perfect.
Underneath.
Those
Oh, boy.
didn't spill for Mark Nichols, like you said, the way they hoped.
No, and left that, and then, like you said, he had to make this, but did he ever make it? Look where it goes.
Shot.
Just they're edge to edge. You can't see enough of either of those.
Jams.
But even if it does jam, if he just nuts it there, we can't get access at it. I think
don't
we got to try and just get these out of the 8-foot.
I think we probably can draw.
What's that?
Yeah.
If we draw right.
You might just hit the open one.
Well, then he comes off that.
Like,
let's try and get this. Yeah.
Okay.
Solid hack. I think we can hang that on over here. So.
Okay.
Tough situation now for Team Canada. I think they're trying to hit that top red, spill them behind the tee line, and most importantly, stay in the rings, obviously. Botcher will pick one of them, and then you might have a shot for 2.
Thick half?
Yeah, it's about a half or a little less.
Okay.
They're trying to top one onto the back one at that 8 o'clock position in the 8-foot.
See if they can
Yeah.
maybe spill them a couple
Nice to
back
go.
to the back 12.
Need a bit of arc here, so.
There'd be no double as it was.
Just hack.
just hack.
Go ahead.
Hack weight. Weight's good. Good hack.
Whoa. Whoa.
Heavy hack.
Brett. Gotta go.
Gotta go, Brett.
Gotta go.
Can't roll out.
Hard, you gotta go.
Got to angle this back, too.
Can't roll out.
And they will spill out the side.
That was there.
Yeah.
One if you want. He's only getting one, and we're up 3 with.
Yeah, if I don't throw right now, I don't think he has got a shot. Right?
Yeah. I'm just.
I could throw a guard.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just.
I'm good with the guard. It's
we go
the same
here.
leave.
Let's go there.
We guard it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as there's no double for two.
The guard's probably the easiest shot on the sheet.
Yeah, the guard's a good shot.
I'm good with that.
Okay. I like it.
There you go. I'm good with that. End the discussion.
It's done. You're right, Vic. Yeah, that must be their code for, okay.
In the perfect
Yeah.
Away we go.
Scotty's gonna
No,
have
it's good.
So if this doubles.
All we got to do is guard one more inch and that guard's already guarding. And
Yeah. I don't
Halfway.
think that Hackway doubles there anyways, so that's why he's doing this. Otherwise, you run over and hit that yellow.
Well, it can be on that outside.
I guess,
of it.
yeah. Okay.
So they just want to hook it around that guard that we see just off center line there?
I think they're actually just going to plain guard that shot rock because the feather double might be there. So if they just guard any piece of this, there's nothing for two.
Your line's good.
Can't be in.
No, we're in.
Okay.
Just,
No,
Whoa.
we're not.
then.
We're not in.
we're almost
No,
in.
we're
I
not
want
in.
to bury this now.
We're off.
I think we're in.
Yeah. I don't know. It's,
Jeez. Shit.
Never, never, never.
yeah.
Oh.
Just swept that maybe to. Yikes.
Try over the top, don't
Yeah,
they? 'Cause
so
you're not going to stick your shooter.
Finn is, yeah, over the top. I'll have to throw it hard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trying to make the, I don't think though, this is only for one, is it not?
You know, they're trying it for two. It's probably.
I don't know if your shooter will stick because of the weight you're going to have to throw.
Well, yeah, hair off center. That way, and you get them all. Now, you're right. That little angle, that slight angle hitting it there, this thing's going to roll that way, and he obviously can't roll very far.
And he'll need weight on this.
Yeah. Yeah. All you do is sweep that.
Oh, yeah.
Sweep it a hair farther. There's nothing. They made a mistake on the speed, then they made a mistake on the brushing for probably the first time in the whole game.
Mark Nichols has the brush down right on the stove. Final rock for Brad Gushue. Looking for some kind of little miracle here. Keep himself alive. Got one. And then across the top. And will spill too far. And it will be a steal of one.
One red.
Good game, guys.
And that will be the end of a three-peat chance for Team Canada. As Team Wildcard and Brendan Botcher will advance, make the final 7-2. And Wildcard is on, as they did a year ago. They're on to the semifinal. And what a crowd, acknowledging a great run, two-time defending champions. Brad Gushue from the Valley Haley in the Remax Center in St. John's as their run comes to an end. So Wild Card goes on to the semi and now awaits the loser of tonight's 1-2-page playoff, Alberta and Northern Ontario. Brendan Botcher is a winner.
The 2019 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by Tim Hortons, official coffee of curling Canada. Brier2019 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by Sponge Towels Paper Towel. Nothing absorbs like it. By Pioneer Hybrid, serving Canadian farmers for over 70 years. And by World Financial Group, helping Canadians have better financial futures.
Look at this, eh? Little Ric Flair action there. Those of you who know Ric Flair from WWE, well, it just wasn't his day. Started really bad for him and bad luck with that pick, of course, leading to the steal. But those things that they talked about plaguing their team, Brock's in the bad position, turned up again here in this 3-4, and then that 4 spot by Team Wildcard. That is the largest points in an end in a 3-4 page game since the page was introduced in '95. So Wildcard setting a mark with that. They win it 7-2, and outstanding game for Brendan Botcher. The game story brought to you by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of Curling Canada.
I'd say when we play against Team Kui, the competitive juices are really flowing. Both teams want to win very badly, and with that comes with a lot of fire and intensity on the ice.
They're obviously fired up at the Brier, especially when you play them. I mean, they always seem when they get to the Brier to kind of find another gear, always at the top, and you know, we enjoy playing them.
So the 1-2-page playoff comes your way at 8 p.m. Eastern. It's a rematch of last night's final round robin game where Alberta won 7-5 over Northern Ontario. Make a note, TSN 1 and 3, 8 p.m. Eastern time. The winner will go right through to Sunday's final. The loser will meet Team Wildcard and Brendan Botcher in the semifinal. This is a champion to be sure. Brad Gushin. You bet. Hold on to that, son. So it is Brendan Botcher that advances out of the 3-4 page playoff. We thank Brad and the entire team for all their cooperation. Wish them well. And safe travels till next time as we continue with the Tim Hortons Brier from Brandon and here on Canada's sports leader, TSN.